Hello, welcome back to my channel. So remember about 3 or so weeks ago when I reported that Alyssa and Chance ended up getting this dog from Taylor, and then Alyssa had 3 bunnies and they had another dog on top of that, and they were living in this condemned house, and they just decided to move to a hotel, and they left all the animals behind with no food, water, any kind of resources, just let them to defend for themselves. And now Alyssa is facing charges for animal cruelty. This is a summons to appear in court for Alyssa, saying the state of Missouri and the city of City Ann against Alyssa. And it says she's being charged with animal cruelty. And it says you are hereby summoned to appear personally before this court at the court building on Thursday, March 14th at 10 a.m. It explains that she does not appear in court to answer for the complaint that she's being charged with, then her driver's license will be suspended and a warrant may be issued for her arrest. So the address that they had listed on here, I had to cross it out because I don't want to dox her, but it is the address of the condemned house. So it explains the violation, and it says animal cruelty, and it says the facts supporting this belief are as follows. Moore committed the offense of animal cruelty by means of abandoning the animals in a condemned residence, failing to provide adequate food and water, and housing the animals in unsanitary conditions. It says the incident happened on December 30th of 2023, and they spoke with a animal control officer who signed off and gave them a statement on January 3rd, and then the prosecuting attorney signed off on this on January 10th. This girl has just been getting in trouble left and right since she came to Missouri to be with Chance. And now I want to talk about Taylor and Chance in this last episode. So I'm doing this all off pure memory. I don't have a script or anything. So I apologize if there's a few parts I missed. But pretty much Taylor decided to take her daughter out in front of the house to do some arts and crafts. And while she's sitting her daughters down, she's having a conversation asking her daughters, like, how do they feel about Chance? And pretty much explaining that Chance is no longer going to be around. And for the most part, the daughters seemed happy. They're like, oh, well, we like that he buys us stuff and he's funny, but he's always hurting you and he's always waking us up in the middle of the night because you guys are always fighting. And even people in a Facebook group were calling out Taylor, like, what is he doing waking up the girls all night? Taylor responded and said she was saying it wakes him up, responding to the arguing. Some of you guys are implying like he went in their room and woke them up or something. Let's not do it. We argued at night because I would wake up numerous times every night and he would be on his phone in the bathroom or be up watching yoga videos instead of sleeping, and it pissed me off. And Chance just don't seem like the type to be watching yoga videos or the type to do yoga. And even someone said, what is wrong with that guy? Yoga videos? And Taylor responded and said lots. So Taylor's pretty much explaining the situation with her and Chance, and even her kids pretty much already knew what was going on because Taylor's been having adult conversations in front of these kids the whole time and saying way too much. They know way more than they should, like when she was talking about finding out about the boyfriend in the kitchen, and the daughter was literally sitting right next to her in the kitchen. And so she is explaining that to the daughters, and the daughters were really smart because they're like, well, what do we do with the rings that he gave us? And Taylor said, well, you can give them back if you want. And then one of the daughters is like, well, where's Chance gonna live? And one of the daughters is like, with his boyfriend. And it's like, she probably don't even understand exactly what that means, but that just shows how much she's been picking up on. Like, kids really say the darndest things. These girls know so much, they're probably running to school and spilling all the tea to their friends. So just when Taylor thought that she had finally gave the girls closure on Chance and made sure they understood what was going on, Chance has to come pulling up and escalate, talking about, I got this car for you and the girls, even though he ends up driving off in it later on. And he sits there and walks up to the girls and confuses them even more. I didn't like that at all because here the girl is finally coming to terms that Chance is gone, and then he just has to throw a curveball in there and make them all confused. So I kind of feel like the car that Chance pulled up in was probably a car the producers rented, because I noticed the car didn't have tags on it. But then I was also thinking, and if you guys have been keeping up with my videos, that a couple months ago, Alyssa got pulled over. Well, Charles said that Alyssa was with Chance, and this is what Alyssa allegedly told her ex, Charles. And she said Chance was driving, but his license was suspended, and he ended up hitting a car. So Alyssa, they pulled over, and Alyssa hopped in the driver's seat, and allegedly she took the downfall for the whole wreck because she didn't want Chance to get any more trouble than he was already in. And she got a ticket for hitting a car and for driving without a license plate, no registration, and no insurance. And it said on the ticket that the car was a Suburban. So I almost wonder if that was the Suburban that he pulled in. And according to one of my sources who told me about the condemned house that Chance and Alyssa were staying in before they moved in the hotel, they told me that the Suburban that they got pulled over in, that car is notorious for staying parked out in front of the condemned house, and I guess people barely drive it. So now I'm wondering if that is the same Suburban that he pulled up in. I guess the Suburban is a little bit bigger than an Escalade, but I don't know. I just thought that could be a possibility. Or it could have been just thrown in by the production, because I have not seen him in that car since this scene. And he's been pulled over plenty of times, and every single time he was driving his truck. And even when he got in that wreck with his truck, he ended up having to run off on foot and stole another lady's car to try to get away. And I feel like if he had another car, then he probably would just try to call someone and get a ride to his other car. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I think. And so Chance goes over and he sees Taylor and her daughters, and her daughters were trying to give Chance their rings back, and he's like, no, I don't want them. And he's like, Taylor, let me talk to you. And he was begging Taylor to give him one more chance, because that's Taylor's saying, I'm going to give Chance one more chance, and Chance going to get another chance after this chance. Taylor is the queen of giving chances. And Chance told Taylor, look, how about I come forward and tell you everything, and I'm honest with you about every single thing. Are you willing to give me another chance? And Taylor was like, okay, we'll see, but we're gonna have to do this later when the kids aren't around. So at least they're not having this conversation in front of the kids, because I feel like the kids already know enough at this point. And I just feel like if he's saying he has stuff he needs to be honest with Taylor about, that tells me that he's admitting that there's stuff he has lied about, and I'm sure that there's plenty he's lied about. I don't know, I feel like Taylor might have some skeletons in her closet too. You know what I think they need to do? They need to write up some juicy questions and then have them both take a lie detector test. That's the real tea we need, because even though Chance said he's willing to be fully transparent and be honest with her about everything, I don't see him actually doing that. I think he's so narcissistic that he really thinks that he can talk his way out of things. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Check out my lashes and cosmetics at AccordingtoAmber.com. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.